I just saw someone showed the Vetruvian epic, and I was laughing pretty hard.
All right, I haven't gotten there yet. We haven't looked at anything, so we're gonna. I'll probably highlight this and then
Oh, I was right. It was 6. I was saying to myself that it was going to be 6 faction cards, and then they actually skip out a rarity for the neutrals to round out the 39. That's pretty cool.
I like how 39 cards is symbolic because of that's how many cards go in a deck. It's kind of weird.
You know, I didn't even think of that. That's awesome.
It's kind of.
Oh my god. I just see that Lyonar card.
Right.
What the hell?
You guys ready? Is everybody ready? We're starting from left to right here. We're gonna start off. I'm GrincherZ. This is F8D. Joining me, and we are going to talk about the Bloodborne spells. Or Bloodborne cards. Rise of the Bloodborne cards. There we go. Oh, hold on. New cards. There we go. Alright, we got the command. Got the command to the link. Alright. 1 mana Draining Wave. Spell. Deal 4 damage to a minion and your general. Huh.
That's really good. I think. What do you want to go over all the cards in the faction and then go by and play by play, or do you?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go over all the cards and then we'll come back to them. That sounds good.
Okay.
So we know all these actually, but Prison Barrier, give a friendly minion force field. Dwa.
That immediately, like, I saw that card, but I saw Draining Wave. Those are really good.
God damn it, Bothero, you trolled me. Edit com, new cards. There we go. Okay, Bothero trolled me. I put the wrong link.
Yeah. Dude, I look up that link and it says page not found, rejected.
Re-denied, man.
Dude, it's alright though. Thanks for the screen share. I get all this juicy information.
Alright, so we got this Draining Wave, Prison Barrier. We know Scintilla. This one, Sunbreaker, Trinity Oath, and Excelsis. We've seen all of these, but this Prison Barrier.
Yeah, dude. I mean, both of the spells are pretty nuts. Like, actually, all 3 of them. That's just all the cards. That's awesome.
These are all high power level.
Yeah, I completely agree. Even the self-inflicting damage one, that's 4 damage.
It's really good tempo, right? That's like it's like, say you don't care about the damage you take because you've had board control, and your opponent finally gets something back on the board, and you just 1 mana cryogenesis it.
See you later. I can heal myself up with Trinity Oath or Scintilla. Doesn't even matter.
Man, this force field is so godly. I can already imagine the rage. But I can also imagine the amazingness of playing it. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, even on like small units, it's just really good.
Oh, yeah.
I like it a lot. It's cool that they're giving like more keywords like buffs. So maybe we'll see something in Songhai that says give a unit backstab.
Oh, I haven't scrolled yet. All right.
I don't know. It's just a guess.
I think we can move on though, because I guess the power level is very obvious here, and I'm just excited. You ready?
Yeah, Trinity Oath. My God, here we go.
Okay, Obscuring Blow.
I was right.
Give a friendly minion your general backstab too.
Oh, they give the keywords out,
and it's not till the end of turn. Yo, Hsuku, you want in on this?
Oh man.
Yep. Hold on. You care if we get Hsuku in here? I mean, like, why not?
Oh no, man. Get him in.
It's fun to have 3 people because 3 different perspectives.
Well, you can bring in the Gauntlet perspective. I got no clue how these are going to affect Gauntlet at all. Oh, these Songhai spells are really nice.
I wonder if I have him. I might have him on Skype. Do you have him on Skype?
No, I'm afraid not.
I know we've talked on Skype before. I think I actually do have. Oh, I do. I have him. Okay. Hold on. Yo.
Hello there.
Can you hear us all right?
Hello.
Hello.
What's going on?
Testing. How's the mic?
Excellent.
It sounds pretty good.
Okay, perfect. How you guys doing?
Oh, good. I'm excited.
Seeing these new cards, I'm ecstatic. This is
I'm a little
great.
scared. I just turned my head for a second. I'm doing a little bit of other work on the side, but I turned my head for a second and then I saw prison barriers. The first thing I was like, what the?
Yeah.
Look at the card next to it, though.
No, I know. I saw the draining wave too, and I'm like, this is what we had to deal with in Gauntlet. Like,
these are your gauntlet cards. Good luck, have fun. That 1-mana cryogenesis, though.
I'm a little shocked. I'm pretty sure, like everyone here knows, like the 4 damage to yourself is completely irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
Like what the hell?
Yeah, like Lionar's they're a very durable faction, right? Like it's tough to actually push face damage on them until you've already answered their board. So if you can't answer the board by like mounting minions and they continuously remove it, especially with cheap removal like this draining wave, like
I'm thinking like, why are you giving Lyonar the best removal tool in the game?
I don't know.
Punish would have to say something.
Well, Punish has a small requirement. In Cass, it's going to be really strong, of course. In Lilith, it requires proximity at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
Draining Wave is one, like most of the time, half their deck is going to be killable with Draining Wave, right? More than half.
I was trying to pass off how OP the card is, but it didn't work. I tried my best. No, that's
I'm
just...
sorry.
Cryo got nerfed for a reason, and then Draining Wave comes out and just laughs at it. Like,
Yeah, Draining Wave is... I mean, the only plus side we have going here for people playing against this card is that card advantage for Lyonar is, somewhat storied as being, lower.
Did you look down the line a little bit?
I'm hiding it right now, actually.
Okay.
So I haven't quite looked. I mean, yes, this is going to be a thing. You're going to get 5 mana removal. They're going to draw 3 cards and heal. They'll only take 1 damage for it. I'm a little apprehensive, but I'm also excited to see what other factions stuff have.
I had to see the rest of the cards too.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not even looking at the website, by the way. I'm looking straight on your screen share.
Yeah, same. I think it's okay. Obscuring Blow. Give a friendly
minion or general.
Backstab 2. Permanent.
That makes Twilight Fox a little bit more reasonable. Before I was saying to myself that card is just garbage, but now Obscuring Blow kind of changes that. Especially because it's your general and it's permanent.
It's...
Yeah. I'm actually not a fan. Just because, like, Mask... Okay, just looking at how from Mask of Shadows used to be used, like a long time ago, when it also gave +2 attack. Now it's gone untouched forever, pretty much. And you're using another card, another resource for it's a 1-mana spell to give yourself a Mask of Shadows or give one of your minions a Mask of Shadows. Essentially, you're just giving one of your minions potentially the Backstab 2, which might be really good if you're loaded up with Inner Focuses, for example. But I think that for the most part, I don't really see this being that useful. Like I see like you can build a whole deck around it.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. Is that you make it even more punishing for if you move your minions around, like or even like you just set it up so like it's more difficult for your opponent to hit the general like on a non-backstab hit. So your general's just counterattacking for 4 instead of 2. That's what I see.
My biggest
is that. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, my biggest thing is this makes Spelljammer a god.
Yeah, it does.
Inner Focus with this on Spelljammer, is now like one of the best plays you could possibly do. Spelljammer's attack is so good. It's going to be 5 with this backstab, and you're going to cycle the cards back.
I agree. I just feel like obscuring
or Chakri. Oh my god.
Obscuring blow costs a card though. And that's my thought. Like, how much damage is this card going to actually do for the card? Like, how many points of damage does one single card do on average? And if that obscuring blow is going to net you 4 damage, then yes, of course, it's going to be worth it. But if it's going to net you 2, I don't know.
It all really depends on what your opponent's playing, really, too. Because, like, for example, if you're playing this and you're also playing a list that runs Mistdragon Seal, of course, that kind of thing, then matchups like Abyssian, for example, are, not it's not as bad because they're going to probably answer this with a Demonic Lure or a Shroud, and that's going to net an answer. So, but then you have factions like Lyonar, who are probably going to Draining Wave this thing or whatever. So you're actually going to push a lot more damage in those instances. And Vetruvian, well, they're going to cry.
Vetruvian's already crying.
They've been crying. So
I need proof. I need proof that this card works. So build a deck. Let's see it.
All right, I will. I'm going to revive Songhai, guys. You heard it here first. Songhai is coming back.
If you see the other spells, it's just...
All right, so Obscuring Blow, jury's out. We need proof, and I'll try to bring it. Ethereal Blades, 2 mana spell. Give a friendly minion and your general +2 attack this turn. I love this card.
Wow. Yep, I'm behind this card.
This card is insane.
Yep. This is sort of like... okay, I'm even thinking from the Gauntlet perspective, where, range is king. This is going to give you board control like nobody's business. It says only this turn, though. I still think that's good enough.
Yeah, it's
honestly, because it's going to give you the power you need for that turn just to deal with the board and to come back. In Constructed, what do you think?
Well, we used to have Saberspine Seal.
Yeah.
Which was 3 damage, 1 mana. Then they nerfed it to 2 mana. Now this is 2 mana, 4 damage, which it's not that hard to anticipate Songhai having to imagine Songhai having a relevant minion to put this on for the effect. So I'm fairly certain that this card is just going to be obnoxious in like Baconator decks and pretty good in any Chakra. Like I see like these spells already. I'm seeing Chakra Avatar's return after the Mana Vortex nerf. His power level has gone back up. Like Mana Vortex was pretty strong because it allowed you to do things off curve. It allowed you to buff your Chakri, and you're so used to seeing weird Chakri lethals on like turn 3. Well, they've kind of gone. So I can just see more Chakri nonsense coming out of this. Obviously, it's going to require those stars and the moon and the sun to align to get the correct combos, but I like it.
Hey, what do you think about this card, Ethereal Blades?
I think 4 damage for 2 is very good. It's better than Phoenix Fire, as long as you're able to attack with both. I think it's just... I mean, Songhai is the king of out-of-hand damage, so this just amplifies it. I agree with the Chakra Avatar statement, too, that Grinch made. I like it. I'm not really into the Songhai Empire, but I think both of the cards are good, and I think they're going to create their own kind of, like, buffing archetype, and it makes Mirror Meld a lot stronger. So, yeah.
I feel like Ethereal Blades... Okay, now that I heard your thoughts, I'm not sure it's going to be super good in Constructed. I think it can be used. I think I'm one of the few people that still like Twin Strike.
I like it. It's not awful. It's just...
It's one of the few card draw options we still have left, right?
Yeah.
In order to continue the cycle and to continue the harass without necessarily having to pop a Heaven's Eclipse. I feel like that 1 extra mana, for me, is worth it. And because of that, I don't think I would take the Ethereal Blades. I don't know, though. I don't know. I think this would be a different deck. For me, it would be a different deck. But, again, I need proof. I'm not convinced of this. Like, the Lyonar cards, I'm convinced of. Those are ridiculous. Ethereal Blades, not so much. In Gauntlet, though, I am convinced with Ethereal Blades that thing is going to be nuts.
I agree. to some
There's an
extent.
echo?
Hold on, I'm trying to deal with I have speakers, I don't have headphones, so like I'm trying to make sure that I can start coordinating the my mic mute better. So 1 second. Twilight Fox, we've already seen and heard. Cobra Strike, what do you guys think?
Oh, that's Cobra shot from Hearthstone. Like, word for word.
Wait, what?
Almost the same mana cost.
What is it?
It's a hunter card. Anyway, none of you play Hearthstone?
I haven't played
Yeah.
Hearthstone in over a year.
Yeah, it is. It's a cool card, but I think it's a little expensive in cost.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, wow, yeah, that is. Okay, I've recognized that card. It's pretty. So you get to choose, right? It's deal 3 damage to an enemy minion and the enemy general, which is very powerful that you get to choose that, because the RNG mechanic behind that would obviously ruin this card if it was like a random minion in the general. So,
Yeah.
which it very easily could have been, but they decided to give the power to the player, and they rightly so costed it at 4 mana. So it's 2 Phoenix Fires, 1 card, which gives you, it lets you play 2 Phoenix Fires without actually spending the resources to do so. So I could see it.
It sucks that Mana Vortex got nerfed. Like, I'm seeing Cobra Strike, and it's like if Mana Vortex was around, it would probably be played, but
Oh yeah.
in
yeah,
like
I
Spell
agree.
High, but I think the cost is what's dampening the card.
I agree. This is probably, I mean, like, yeah, it would be exciting if the cost would be lower, but it's also very fair that it isn't lower. So,
Yeah,
like,
it's 2 Phoenix Fires.
especially
Solar
considering.
Bat's going to be laughing
Oh man,
because you can't target the enemy. There's no enemy minion.
yeah, really. That's honestly a problem with, like, I was actually playing a Saj deck last week or so and just messing with it, just all sorts of things. I was running like Mirage Masters and Night Watchers and what's that card? Psychic Conduit. I was just trying to have fun, and I just kept running into Vath, and I had nothing to take and nothing to do.
Yep.
There's so many control cards that just don't do enough damage, so.
That's why I had to take out my Entropic Decays.
Oh, you must be dodging all the Lionars, because there's been an insane amount of
There is
Lionars.
an insane number of Lynars, and that's why okay, so this is the way I mulligan. I look for repulsor beasts.
Yeah, I can tell.
close
I
every
think
single one I ever
I think I've seen you do that. I don't know. Boy.
Oh, in that game, I had those repulsor beasts. I was holding on to them.
Oh man, a journey from one end of the board back to the other. Oh man.
I was scared we wouldn't be able to finish. I wouldn't be able to finish off the game before it came back because I was out of repulsors.
Yeah, I was just sitting here looking for minions. I'm just like, I need a minion. I need a 2-drop. I need this. I can't find it. And then finally found it, and it was just, nope, I'm dead.
Yeah. I did top deck the Alchemist stuff. To be fair, I had about 7 or 8 possible outs there. So.
That's just how the game goes, you know.
Yeah.
I leave a 6/2 up, and you can hit me for 2 if you don't have 4 damage. You know, that's my luck. But
All right. Did you guys cover the other cards? I noticed you're just or did you guys cover them on another day or is...
we haven't covered each and every one thoroughly. I've gone over them in my streams. I know Fate has too.
Okay.
I assume you've done something similar.
Yeah, I have.
So
I have. All right.
these cards have been talked about, I think, enough to just kind
I just
of.
think Twilight Fox got a little bit better after seeing Obscuring Blow. That's before I just wrote the card off as garbage because it's a 3-drop, but I think it got a little bit better. I don't know if it would be played, but maybe a deck will be built around it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I probably would rather play Civil over Twilight Fox because it's not random. Is that...
You know, that's the problem with Sivril is that you need inner focus. Where this is just like, I'm going to summon a Heartseeker and then I'm going to put something
That's
behind
true.
me. So like that and juxtaposition with Twilight Fox is still a
That's true.
thing too. So I can definitely see this being a real deck. It's just it depends on what the meta's like, and if the idea is a value centric backstab deck where you're literally 0 mana removing everything because you can just backstab it, then the meta would probably not shift to a meta that allows that to happen. Like more aggressive decks would come out, or solo Vath type stuff where nothing gets backstabbed. However, this does affect the general. You can backstab the general.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I don't expect Twilight Fox to survive, though. I mean, it is a 3/3. So
yeah, it's gonna get like a one-time thing. If it persists, then your opponent just then you're
that is one more time than Cyril on average. So. Nobody plays Cyril on purpose, but when I did see it in Gauntlet, and it was hilarious. So somebody played against me, and they made a kill box with Cyril and backstab minions, and I couldn't do anything for the whole game. It was hilarious.
That's pretty good. I had someone who's well, I used to play with Team Wars with Mazilji, and he liked Cyril in his Lyonar, but I used to play. I played a game one time in a tournament. I can't remember how long ago. Probably just towards the ends of beta, where someone kept Cyrilling stuff onto Shadow Creep, and it was absurd. I don't even know how it happened. It just happened. But
well, Shadow Creep doesn't do that much damage anymore.
No.
Yeah. All right, next.
Yep. All right, here we go. Cross fingers. Stone to Spears.
Stone to Spears. Goodness. What do you think about that, Fate?
Don't get me started. Wow, they reprinted Science Second Wish as 3 mana.
But it's 3 mana, draw 2 cards for Vetruvian.
I know, they finally have draw, which is great.
Oh, that's so good.
I know. Stone to Spears makes me salty, Hsuku. Don't get me started with that card.
All right, we'll come back, but with 2 other new cards here.
All right.
So this is the equivalent of every card. Every card game has a 3 mana draw 2, right?
Yeah.
Like
pretty much.
Every card game does. But it's finally nice that Vetruvian got their old tool back.
I think it's a little bit expensive.
Yeah, it might be a little pricey compared to the effects of some other ones. Like this is 3 cards.
Yeah, Trinity Oath is 4 mana draw 3. Like,
and heal.
Maybe it's just that the faction. I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to.
Still feels bad.
It still feels bad.
It does. It's you have to slot that in your deck. Like, are you gonna have like?
I just noticed there are 2 more cards in Abyssian than ever. What the fuck?
Probably tokens. No.
Okay.
Probably tokens. The tokens.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, the rare is new too.
Your general
moves it.
Oh.
All right, Incinerate.
That's a big body.
Your general may move 2 additional spaces, and it's a 5/6.
I actually like this.
That's a cool card.
Dude, the body.
I actually really like this stat line.
The sprite is really cool. The stats, the sprite, that card's really cool. Definitely good for Saj decks.
Yep, for sure.
Oh man, the artifact vet in me is coming out.
Hey, dude, look at the 6 mana spell. It doesn't say from your deck. It just says equip.
Yep. So that's good. A little bit. It's priced a little high.
I think I would actually prefer if it was from your deck, because then you could organize. Because sometimes you might just get
double Wildfire Ankh, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Although it would be really cool to have a Wildfire Ankh, play this, and get the Dream Hexblade, Hexblade, and then what's the other one? The totem one.
Cleaver?
Spine Cleaver. That would you just get that and you just mow down their forests and just come all,
Yeah.
So.
I actually don't really like. I think it's gonna be fun to play the Dark Gifts. I also think the name is really cool, but
I've been messing around with Saj OTK, and what I had Adjudicators in it, but I didn't have enough spells to actually use it on. So seeing both the draw card and the gifts, I think that makes it even more viable, because playing Circle of Desiccation for 6 mana is nuts, but playing the gifts for 4 mana, that's just like.
And don't forget, you also get the spell Stone to Spears.
Why would I ever use that?
Come on, Fate. This was supposed to be Fate Spears, but
dude, that spears into my heart, my love of the Vetruvian faction.
It actually messes. Okay, so when I'm playing against Vitruvian, I know the amount of burst I can expect because it's equal to their mana, right?
Yes.
So 1 mana for first wish, 2 mana for second wish, etc., etc. Stone to Spears actually throws a little wrench in that. If anybody actually will ever play this card, my math is just going to be wrong, and I might get killed randomly because my math was wrong. That's the only thing I can see about this card. Like, would I play the card? Probably not. I don't value the moving that much, but I do value the burst damage that people might not expect.
I can say this for this card. I've already calculated a number of openers that would allow for a turn 3 lethal with this card.
Yeah.
Provided no ephemeral shot between turn 1 and 2.
And?
So it's a fairly low odds, but you do have that potential where you can just mow someone down in like 3 turns with this card. If you get multiples of these plus like say you open Fireblaze, you play this card along with Whisper and an ethereal obelisk on turn 2, and then you could continue that into turn 3. There's a lot of potential for this to be an early burst, but the only thing I can see about this card being actually useful, because aside from the I won a game on turn 3 because RNG really favored me, is late game when you are playing very defensive obelisks in the beginning, and the opponent does that thing where they walk to the other side of the board. Maybe this might help if you're playing, like Spelljammer or something like that to help cycle, because obviously that's the main problem. But you could probably get those things closer back into the action, particularly, Fireblaze obelisks that are played too safely sometimes.
Okay, so you value the movement. Okay.
Slightly. Like, I would still put this at like a 2 out of 5 if I were to say 5 is auto-include, but...
I would really like to die to this card. Like... I would really.
I would too, because it would shut me up about my hatred towards it.
Well, all right, I have 2 challenges this coming league, where I need to prove that Obscuring Blow is good and kill Fate with the Stone to Spears.
That will definitely happen.
Incinerate, I do look forward to in Gauntlet.
Yeah, that should be. That's amazing stat line.
Yeah.
I'd really love the sprite for it too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Divine Spark is going to be that good in Gauntlet, unfortunately.
Probably not. Like it'd be like a last 5 card pick if you just didn't have anything, right?
It'd be something that you always replace, and hopefully you top deck it, because when you top deck it, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
But otherwise, not really.
Yeah.
Please show us the Grandmaster for Abyssian, Grinch. Okay. I think everyone's
You guys ready for this?
Feeding for it.
Okay. Well,
why?
I don't. Okay.
Oh my! Why do I see an Abyssal Scar that's 3 mana?
Oh my God!
Grandmaster Variax.
Okay.
7/7 opening gambit. Your Bloodborne spell costs 3 and is now awesome.
3 mana. Summon a 4/4 fiend on every friendly shadow creep.
Oh.
What? No.
Wow.
Nuh-uh.
What?
Your Bloodborne spell costs 3 and is now.
Okay. That's the Bloodborne spell. It's showing.
Oh, that's
yeah. It replaces it, and makes it a legendary Bloodborne spell.
Okay. This was. Oh my God, that's
Are you kidding me? That means every single turn you'll generate a crap ton of 4/4 fiends, because you're going to use your Bloodborne spell every turn, right?
That's permanent too.
You can't make more shadow creep though. That's what you give up for it. But it doesn't matter. Usually
you can make a sphere.
You play sphere. You play ooze.
Well, I know. I'm just saying, like, your Bloodborne spell doesn't do it anymore. Nor does Punish trigger.
No, your Bloodborne spell does something awesome.
Yeah, it doesn't ping. So I'm looking. I already know how broken it is.
Oh my God, Shadow Spawn.
What is Furious?
That is Wraithling Fury, +4/+4.
Really? Wow.
All right, winner, where are you? Come here. This is
Grandmaster Variax is ridiculous.
This has to be the most OP card I've ever seen in Duelyst. I thought I'd seen it all in Kron.
I mean, it is expensive, and it doesn't do anything the turn it comes into play. There's
Afterwards, it's a win condition. Most of the Grandmasters are win conditions, so.
Well, I mean, like the Vetruvian one does at least a little something the turn it comes into play. The Vanar one does something when it comes into play.
Dude.
This one does literally nothing. It's a 7/7. If the game is too short, this isn't going to do anything. I mean, the game either has to speed up or people... Because there's no way... You lose the game if Grandmaster Varix... It doesn't even matter if Grandmaster Varix dies, right? You lose the game. If it goes past that.
You should look at the 2-mana spell.
Okay. Aphotic Drain. Destroy a friendly minion to restore 5 health to your general. Oh my god.
So they'll definitely make it to the end game and then use this card and then kill you. And they also have the removal tools to make sure they get to it with Necrotic Sphere and Punish. So it's pretty much guaranteed late game. With Kalino, with the Drain. The Drain's really nice for Lilith. So that's really cool. That I will gladly bow down to my Abyssian and Lyonar overlords once this comes out. The Imperium will move aside for you guys.
Oh,
you
man.
two just fight each other. We'll hang out with our draw 2 card.
What? You could draw 2 cards now though, Fate. What are you?
I'll hang out and draw 2
For
cards.
3
while you
mana,
guys
that's
kill
pretty
each other.
good.
You can summon like 5 4/4s while we're at it. It feels like Lightbender is almost mandatory now because
I don't know. I'm all in on Vanar.
All right.
Well, I mean, we gotta.
Shall we? Do we need to go over this anymore, or?
I think we've seen all of these, right?
Yeah, we've seen all of these except this.
I must
monster.
say, Grandmaster Varix is awesome.
Oh my goodness.
I think it's going to be super.
I'm gonna have to just play it like for the first week, so I don't run into it, and then.
I think in Gauntlet, that card is going to be super crazy.
Yeah, that card is gonna win you the game, right?
Anything that permanently modifies your Bloodborne spell to do something a little bit more powerful is going to be ridiculous in Gauntlet.
Yeah,
that's my prediction.
Yeah, because like maybe you won't take this with Cassava and Gauntlet, but
oh yes, I would.
You would?
Oh yes. You joke.
I think I'd prefer my 5/5 Wraithlings.
It's possible.
3 mana summon 2 5/5s next to me, and if I had any on the board.
I super value Abyssal Scar, the ping.
Okay.
In Gauntlet, I think it's a lot of people have been saying that Cassava is just weak, but my average with Cassava, actually over the last 2 months, is 12 with Cassava, and it's because of the ping. People underestimate the value of that ping. It is huge.
I can see it punishing Rivas, that's for sure. That's
not even just Rivas. Most people leave their minions at 1 health, and they trade in a certain way that you'll almost always be able to get that a little bit of extra value. So as long as you know how, as long as you know the break points for different minions and the amount of health that you can expect them to have, you can draft your minions in such a way that they'll be doing an appropriate amount of damage all the time, and you draft them to have a little bit more health. I feel like Cassava is actually really strong. It's just that most people underestimate the ping, and if you're able to control the board up until that point, and you have enough shadow creep on the board, Grandmaster Varix is going to give you essentially the board permanently.
That's fair. That's pretty fair. That's Go ahead.
I'm really looking at that spell, that destroy friendly minion, restore 5 health, and I'm just thinking unseven the dreams of Dying Wish.
Finally, he can die.
Like you have more means to kill your minions.
Yeah,
now.
consuming rebirth is like not as gimping in some ways. Like if I really need to proc my my thing that dies, this is better than consuming rebirth in some ways, because now I'm not, if it's, for example, like you said on 7 needs the tile underneath it where consuming rebirth would kill the minion off, and Darkfire Sacrifice feels bad. So this would actually net you health and would proc the Dying Wish.
And probably also makes Nether Summoning. Like, inherently that card makes more greedy decks, I think, more viable. I hate saying more, but also I will say that Counterplay had the opportunity to rename the Bloodborne spells, and they didn't do it. I'm disappointed.
I like
Oh,
They could.
why?
I don't know why they didn't. They could have renamed at least because they're upgraded version of the Bloodborne spells. I'm surprised they didn't rename it.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like, Shadow Spawn of Awesomeness.
I mean anything like they
Yeah.
just changed the
Awesome
color.
Scar.
I'm with you on that, Fade. Jeez.
Lazy. Show us the Magmar now. Make my inner Dresbo happy.
Oh man.
If they're next.
I agree with Smash. Aggro meta, screw this Abyss crap. As far as the competitive scene goes, I could see more people attempting aggro, but for now, I think we're all going to be seeing a lot of Variax. Especially since you get 3 of these things, like, right away.
Yeah, makes this
Wait,
expansion.
you do? Wait, what?
With the packs?
Yeah, $20 everything.
Oh! I thought you meant you got 3.
Yeah, right
like,
now. No.
Okay.
Yeah, when like everyone's guaranteed 3 copies of these if they get all the cards.
Yep.
So, like, there's no I haven't crafted my second one yet or anything.
I mean, everybody I know is getting all of it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right, Magmar. Oh wow. Okay, there's a few of these we haven't seen before. Let's just go left to right, I guess. What is this? Okay, Rancor. Whenever your general takes damage, this minion gains that much attack. Huh. Wait, what?
That is sick.
Wait. So, like, if they get Spiral Technique, this gets +8 damage?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's...
But I mean, you could also just elucidate her. Like.
Yeah. This makes Twin Fang decks insane.
Yep.
These are pretty good cards.
Flame Blood, Elucidator, all that meme stuff that, oh yeah, aggro, full aggro, sure. Suddenly you have a 23 threes just chilling there, just, oh man.
Well,
not realistically, but.
Yeah, it's not realistic. But I mean, I also don't expect it to survive, but it is a threat and it has to be dealt with. Yeah. I like it. I mean, it's 1/3. The stat line to start is not.
This into Elucidator is pretty insane.
It is. It is pretty insane.
Open doubles. Double Rancor opener.
Double Rancor, turn 2 Elucidator. No, turn 2 Flash Elucidator.
Makes you not want to punch the general either. Like, you have to deal with this before you hit the general.
Oh man, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, I saw.
2 mana,
to
deal
say that.
4 damage to the enemy general. Both players draw a card.
Wow.
Rest in peace, Phoenix Fire.
Well, I mean, that's to the general only, but yeah.
Yeah, just
Wow.
People are
Who
making
cares about
jokes.
minions?
burn Mar.
People are making jokes about when I saw Tectonic Spikes. I know Cranky Panda was with me on this, but we said Decimus Tectonic Spikes wasn't going to be a joke. It was probably going to be a viable deck, and then Entropic Gaze just solidifies that because that's just. And I mean, you're drawing cards too,
And
so like,
Visionar
you're going to be
and-
drawing towards it. Yeah, this is cool. Starhorn support. It's really nice, and it's I guess they want Starhorn to be somewhat like of a burn deck, so
Yeah.
it's interesting. I'm happy. Make the lesser play generals viable.
Whoa.
Yeah. All right. So we've seen Thrakes. We've seen Tectonic Spikes. I hear Hsuku looking at Valkut's Seal. Let's look at it. 4 mana. Summon an egg that hatches into a copy of your general. What?
I don't know, but it's bizarre and hilarious.
It turns into a 225. That's right there.
It's a minion though. Okay. So
But it's a copy. So I guess whatever. So like if Vath is like 617, it'll be 617.
Yep.
can you keep
wonder
your
if-
spirit? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, it's a minion.
For 4 mana?
It says it's a minion,
That's
right?
pretty
It's
good.
not a token.
Yeah,
We can't tell sometimes, but this thing coming out of Valknut Seal should be treated as a minion for Keeper of the Veil purposes, right?
If you want to double check, just look above. Abyssian had tokens, so you can see if.
It will
The
copy
damage
any
roll
buffs
back.
you have when it hatches, including artifacts.
Wait, how do you know that?
Riverath says in chat. He's a dev.
Oh, in chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you scroll up to the Abyssian stuff just to see the labels on the tokens?
Yeah,
they say minions.
They say minions. We've had that problem for a long time now. Even the battle pets say minions.
Do Wraithlings say minions?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
They really should.
Yeah, they really should label them as tokens. It's always made things like nether summoning kind of confusing as far as how Wraithlings interact with it for newer players. So they should just have tokens written on them. But that way we have
I don't know about Valno Seal's competitive play, but I think it's going to be hilarious fun.
I think this is hilarious, yeah. This is Chrysalis Burst all in one card. Like, everything that comes out of Chrysalis Burst, this is it. Definitely a Vath card, though, I think.
Really? Yeah, that makes more sense.
What happens if you egg morph an opponent's minion and then use the seal?
What?
Egg morph opponent's minion and then use seal?
This summons an egg. It doesn't hatch an egg.
Oh, okay. I thought it hatched.
Yeah, this will put a 0/1, presumably anywhere on the board since it doesn't have a limitation.
That's what I was confused of. I thought it was have an egg and then churn an egg into the general. Okay, never mind. Ignore me.
No, you're fine. Presumably you can place this egg anywhere on the board. So top left corner if you're in the middle, etc.
I mean, it'd be a little bit too out of range. I think you'd probably want it a bit closer.
Yeah, I'm just presumably.
Maybe you can hatch it right away.
An 8 mana. This is a interesting combo with Eggmorph.
Oh, I was thinking with the Morinker.
Oh my goodness! So eggs have rush. Yeah, Morinker, that's good too. Yeah.
Yeah, because it'll activate it right away.
Oh my god!
It'll activate it right away. Then this is going to be able to have it will have a Morinker as well.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my god! And any Bloodborne spells that you've had stack. So if you're like an 8/17 and you get this combo off, you just got another 8/17 with rush. My god.
I think this is going to make the Morinker deck a little bit better.
For sure, Morinker has definitely always been kind of like lackluster. It only has like one play, right?
Yeah, it's kind of fun, but...
It's fun, but you also feel bad when you're sitting here trying to pull it off and your opponent's playing real cards. I'm sure you can relate. You're just like, well, come on, man. I got 3 bursts and a Morinker in my hand. Let me do it.
All right, let's get to the best part here.
Oh no!
Oh yeah,
no,
this
I'm
is
cringing.
I'm doing. Oh god!
Oh, frigid Corona. Stun, and that looks like a misprint. Stun an enemy, draw a card. Huh. Okay. Oh, we got a Kyuubi, a Ninetales with antlers. What is this? Myriad, 3 mana. Vesper, Blood Surge, summon a random wall nearby. I thought I saw this on Twitter.
Oh, you did?
Someone tweeted at Duelyst that they knew this card, like it was leaked or something. But I remember reading it. I don't know. I saw it on Twitter. Someone tweeted it at Duelyst. They said, when are you releasing Myriad 3/3 for 3? And I just didn't take any stock in it because I thought someone was... Oh well. But summon a random wall nearby.
Okay.
I mean, come on, they've gotten some pretty good stuff. This is pretty fair. This is above average for a 3-drop, so it could get a Blazing Spines with it. It could get a Gravity Well, or it could get a Bone Shield Barrier.
Yep. So, next.
I'm guessing if you're playing Kara, that would also, the wall would get the buff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's always the trigger and then
the trigger and then activate, right?
Yeah.
The Blood Surge.
Not that great though, because you do get to place where the wall goes, so that's good for chump blocking.
Oh,
it's a random wall.
Actually, yeah, that makes it a little bit better.
Or at least to my knowledge, and it's Blood Surge, so you get to have this happen more than once, maybe.
No.
If there's a neutral card that says it.
Blood Surge. It says summon a random well nearby. I'm going to make the assumption that it's nearby the Myriad, or is it nearby the General?
I don't know. I'm going to go with the Myriad.
Because Blood Surge is based off of your Bloodborne spell. So
right.
Is it like a proc off the Bloodborne, or now is it just its own thing based off Myriad? I think that's just a technical thing, but it's going to... Yeah.
It's also a Vesper. Yeah, it is. Which is cool, but I don't know. The only thing, the most powerful part of this is it's going to be great for stall if you get to choose where the wall goes. So otherwise, it's just going to be another card that gets replaced with a 2-drop in your deck. So, but
I mean, would you rather play Myriad or would you rather just play the wall? Like that's
I mean, it depends. If I would rather play Gravity Well over almost any of these, but
pretty much. I'm with you on that.
Fate. Anything?
All right. Fate. You didn't say anything about Frigid Corona or Myriad.
No, I'm looking at Beam Shock, draw a card right now.
Beam Shock, draw a card.
Yeah. It's 2 mana, draw a card.
I like cantrips, so.
I do. I don't know if I like it at 2 mana. That doesn't. Not so much, but they're making super. That's like they're expecting you to go super tempo or something. But I feel like Concealing Shroud is going the other direction. They're going like super control.
Mm. By the way, we just crested 300 viewers, so shout outs to all you beautiful people hanging out with us here.
Congrats. Jeez.
Yeah. Pog champ. Alright. Sleet Dasher. 4 mana, 3/6. So this has old. I'm not even going to read the effect. This stat line is old Golomancer, right? The Twilight Sorcerer. This is old Twilight Sorcerer. Whenever this minion destroys an enemy, reactivate it.
Whoa. Oh my god. There's already a 2 mana card that's going to make that nuts.
Oh, man.
You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Which one?
The immune. The
Concealing Shroud?
No.
Boundless Courage?
Yes, Boundless Courage.
Okay.
That is nuts.
That's pretty good. Oh my goodness. Boundless Courage with this thing.
Boundless Courage on Sleet Dasher is nuts. What do you mean pretty good?
Oh man. Play this behind you, Hearth Sister, Boundless Courage.
It's gonna survive until the next turn.
I hate to pull up another game to reference this, but there's a card in Shadowverse. It's like the General. It's like a 10 mana card. It's like a 6/6, and it can attack up to 14 times. Something like that. It reminds me a lot of that. It can't attack the General, but it can attack up to 14 times like on the board. And which I don't know why that number is there, but it's very similar.
Well, this will keep going and going and going with Boundless Courage until if it can't reach. Yeah, if it can't reach. Yeah, but it's still
a little Energizer Dasher, dude.
Yeah, it's I think it's a very good minion for Vanar because they've been always weak in terms of homebrew minions. So I like it, especially because it gives I mean, think of this with Wailing Overdrive. Like,
I mean, my current Vanar list tops out at 3 mana. So I'm thinking of putting this in because I actually already run Boundless Courage in my deck.
You already run Boundless Courage?
Yeah, I already run Boundless Courage. And I'm thinking Sleet Dasher would fit just right in. It would fit right in.
It's nice that they're repurposing certain cards like Boundless Courage. So
I like it. I don't like the other two, but I like Sleet Dasher.
Yeah, this card's really good. Concealing Shroud, Enfeeble, Embla. Enfeeble,
Enfeeble and Concealing Shroud are ridiculous.
Wait, only 3 neutrals?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Only
so
one? Okay,
cards.
so we've seen Meltdown, we've seen Sanguinar. Oh, this is the Cryptographer. This is the C67 card.
There's the Bloodborne spell refresh that we thought we were going to get, yeah.
2 mana, 2/2. Opening Gambit, refresh your Bloodborne spell. Cool.
It's kind of cool.
So if you open with that, you can immediately like use it.
It's pretty good.
If you're going, like, say if you're Rava, like you go.
Wait, are you serious? Wait, really?
It says refresh your Bloodborne spell.
So that'll work on turn 1 going second?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh.
There's a Heartseeker turn 1. Have fun.
Oh no, Heartseekers. Heartseekers and Wraithlings from this. Oof. A little spooky.
That's cool. I like when they have another 2-drop that competes with all the other 2 drops.
I do. I like it. Cool. I'm just thinking of really scary openers. I'm thinking of really scary openers now.
Like Flash Sanguinar, Cryptographer.
Oh man.
Into your Starhorn draw card. Yeah.
I was thinking Cryptographer, Zix, Bloodborne spell. Yeah. it's a pretty
it's a really cool animation too.
Pretty spooky. Yeah. They definitely went all out because this is the card that references the C67, the solvers of the sisters.
Yep.
So that's cool, and it's a very playable card for sure. I can see this card being very playable.
I think it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting.
So,
I think a lot of decks are going to be built with this card, with this expansion in mind, with the Rise of the Bloodborne.
Yeah, even Argeon, you can just make a 3/2. Now that would what is it on turn 1? It's 2, right? So okay, so it'll just go back to 1. Does that like reset like how the timer is? Because I know the timer isn't.
I think it'll keep the same hard timers. They are always going to reset on the given turns, right?
Yeah.
So
unless you use the Cryptographer.
Unless you use it again.
So if you played this opening going first, you would get your Bloodborne spell on your second turn, and then you would get your Bloodborne spell on your third turn. I believe, because you can't play your Bloodborne spell going first.
Okay, yeah.
So there is reasons to play this because you will have access to it.
I mean, but I think less of using it in the early game and more of using it somewhere in the mid game when you're trying to combo it in with your those Bloodborne spell modifiers. Like,
oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely a more powerful the later the game goes, right?
Yeah.
Particularly if you're playing an awesome
be useful in the early game,
spell.
Maybe.
I mean, you can bait people. Like, say you're playing like Fae and you don't have your Warbird, you can bait them into it by Crypt and then do it. Or you can double Warbird. You don't even have to like. Yeah, I mean, it just.
Yeah, with Fae, it definitely.
Fae is like, oh my god, calm down. Also, it does Grandmaster Variax as well. Well, I mean, I don't think it does. I don't think it actually does anything with these. Outside of the Wraithlings, now I think about it, because they're already summoning on the creep tiles. That was a
I'm wondering if things stack. So I'm thinking like if you're using Kara and then you use the Bloodborne, then you use that, and then you use the Bloodborne again, is it going to give +2/+2 all of your stuff?
Yeah. Yep. For sure.
Yeah,
I've played an Alsuin Loremaster Kara deck before, just for that purpose.
Okay.
You get really, really beefy gravity wells. Let me tell you.
I made a gravity well deck, a Zix Kara deck, and it was a lot of
Lady
fun.
Locke too in there.
My deck was a little unusual. We're running Bastion and
Bastion. That's you're on that dank side of the card tier. Like there's this fine line between oh yeah that's cool and then there's a whoa that's dank. You were off the deep end there with Bastion.
We won a lot of games because all those gravity wells were so.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I was running. You said you were running. Oh gosh, Lady Locke, but I was running Windrunner.
You're running who?
Windrunner.
Oh. How did it stick? I'm surprised.
Just because I had a whole bunch of stuff that needed to be removed. Because I was running Shiro, I was running Windrunner, I was running a whole bunch of stuff like that, and some of them stuck, and it didn't matter which one stuck. It was good. I wasn't good. It was fun.
Oh man. This
All right,
is
so what are your thoughts? What do you think is who came out on top?
Abyssian.
I know I'm not the host, but whatever. Who came out on top?
No, you're
Yeah,
fine.
I
You're
was
fine.
about to say that too, man.
Abyssian.
Like, but
They got the best cards, I think.
I'm actually going to say Lyonar.
Really?
I think Lyonar made out the best.
I think they did okay. I think Lyonar definitely got a lot of tools.
They already had the tools. This is just solidifying their
Prism Barrier? Are you joking? This is ridiculous.
This is a ridiculous card.
Just on Windrunner, like Windrunner. I'm sorry, Windblade.
Yeah, Windblade.
It's like even just on Windblade.
It's you need an answer.
Your Tigers have force field.
Abyss is too slow. Okay. Let me rephrase then. I think Abyssian came out the best for the tournament meta. As far as the high-end competitive scene is concerned, Abyssian came out the best.
Yeah, for ladder, I would say Lyonar.
I'd say ladder,
I guess,
Lyonar for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't play in tournaments, so I guess I'm best to say which ladder. But I mean, we both play so much ladder, Grinch. So
Yeah, I barely play in tournaments, so like I watch them and I kind of paid.
yeah. I think Magmar Starhorn also made out really well as well.
Starhorn is definitely interesting now, isn't he?
I mean,
It's interesting, but good.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
really good.
There's a question mark somewhere in there.
someone's gonna break it, and I'm going to be scared going against that. deck
Hackham's gonna
because-
find you, Fate.
Dude, he was trying to actually snipe me before. I think you mentioned it yesterday.
He said he was trying to
me.
snipe you.
No, you said he was.
Yeah, I said he was.
Yeah, you said he was.
Well, I was playing Vetruvian and I ran into him, and he had triple natural, triple plasma, triple kinetic equilibrium to counter my Iron Dervish Obelisk deck.
Hackham.
It was a nightmare.
Oh,
It was a
my
nightmare.
God.
Everything had 2
Nothing.
HP, and he would kinetic equilibrium it, and I was just crying.
He just
And
didn't
so I
want
assumed he was trying to find you since he's your best friend. So
it. Yeah, he's my rival, actually.
yeah, I know.
Ah.
I think Lyonar is probably the one that made out best. Honestly, I really do think Lyonar, and I actually think Vanar is not going to do too poorly. It's just some of those cards are a little questionable.
Well, yeah, I mean, they have so many good cards, they're bound to get a bad cards, right? Like,
I just think Enfeeble is quite strong. Concealing Shroud is quite strong, and I think Sleep Dasher is definitely worth the play, or trying to play it.
I'll
But
be.
Concealing Shroud just by itself, I'm just going to build a whole deck around that one card.
Yeah,
Just-
I'll be
I'm going to
happy.
be immune for 12 turns in a row.
oh man, Twilight also in this.
Please
this thing.
don't. I want to shroud you so I can kill you.
That
I'll
is
have
the
to
nice
use the other
part.
shroud to deal with it.
That I do enjoy the caveat that you can actually dispel this if your opponent's sitting there with no minions playing Shroud and just giggling. You know what I mean? Like, oh,
That's the plan.
just sitting there giggling in the corner. They can actually end your nonsense if they so choose. So
Of course, but you're not going to be sitting there doing nothing.
no, but
So
the option is there if like I'm pushing lethal and you just Shroud and I'm just like darn. Oh, I top deck Sunbloom. GG. You know.
it's just in a lot of my lists right now, I'm not actually running a lot of Dispel. Let's say I'm actually running Repulsors most of the time, and I just I feel like I'm going to die to that card. Yeah, I'm going to die to that card.
This card is it's pretty strong. I'm actually kind of scared for like the white asp elements.
Oh, really? For preserving artifact?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even Cold Biter, like ridiculous. People are skeptical about my Cold Biter, but I'm telling you.
It's actually quite strong. It's not quite strong. I think there are better things for the slot.
Oh, yeah.
personally, but I think it's usable.
It's gonna be a new archetype, I think. Just spam shrouds and have
yeah.
artifacts.
Yeah, you're definitely going to see people with that, and then you got a few Azu Heralds mixed in there just for a little sustain, and then the whole goal is to like get to that 7+ mana, and then you drop your dank Nemesis or whatever.
Oh,
and
no.
whatever you're doing.
I'm going to deck them.
You gonna deck them? You know, Hsuku.
Did they fix that?
We had this happen one time.
Did we?
Yeah. You did it to me one time.
Oh, but that
was with
Lyonar.
Starhorn Fatigue.
Yeah.
You decked me. I was playing an anti-Lyonar Songhai deck. I had like Hollow Grove Keepers and all that.
Oh.
I remember getting completely triggered because you plasma stormed my Chakri avatar that was sitting in a corner. I was just like, what? It was about that point where
I realized that you could use the Hollow Grove Keeper on my Mechanter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I knew you could do it, but it didn't click. I was like, oh, you can't do anything.
Yeah. It was tough. I was running like no burst at all, except Spiral Technique, and you were just always at 20 plus life because you also in these Earth Spheres, and I'm just sitting here going, I'm out of cards. I can't kill him. I don't know what to do. He's just milling all my stuff.
I mean, there aren't enough cards. There are no cards in Vanar that allow you to actually deck your opponent properly. So the only thing I've ever been able to do that with was Magmar and Abyssian. But I would like to be able to do with other factions and other generals. But
mill decks in Duelyst are a little scary, just because of the nature of the game. And when the game gets too tedious, then you know that something is a little off. But definitely a fun thing to have happen for the player that is doing it.
I know. Okay, I'm sorry I did it.
No, you're cool. So,
all right, I'm with Fate with the Lyonar thing.
Okay.
You're all behind the Abyssian. I think Abyssian looks like fun, but you really feel like I know Cass is really strong.
They can stall. That's the thing, and they got more tools to stall.
The problem is that this deck is now like completely immune to Songhai, right? Like there is nothing.
I actually feel like Songhai didn't do too well.
Yeah, like Songhai they already fell off with the nerf a little bit. Their Cassiva matchup wasn't really that great to begin with. It was okay, but like you had a finite number of turns to turn on the pressure before she just became unkillable, and that is pretty much what I can see them doing now. They have a lot more survival and a lot more threats to play against Magmar, which is interesting, and they have a lot more removal for one of the tougher matchups, which is Control Lyonar. So I think they're gonna come out on top in the tournament meta, but I could be wrong.
Vetruvian dead.
They're
I'll try to make them work. But
they came out the worst, I think.
I was really trying to hit S rank with that common deck before the expansion, which is why I played it today instead of doing my normal stuff. But now I fear for my, because there's a lot of cards are just stronger than the core cards.
Well, I mean, Zephyr's pretty good.
Yeah, but I won't be able to do that with the run that I'm doing, because I'm doing specifically what a free-to-play player will be able to do.
Don't you have commons?
Yeah, but how do you get these cards? You have to put down 300 gold for these packs, and you can't craft them.
Yeah, it's RNG too, so he has to pull one of these.
Yeah. So I'm saying no to the expansion cards. I'm gonna have to just roll with it, and I don't know how I'll be able to fare. Like, I'm a little bit worried.
You gotta do some offlining tonight, about 3 a.m. Central Time, when no one's on.
Oh, you're expecting no one to be on after an expansion?
Kappa.
Yeah, no, you'll be running into Lyonar so hard, and you'll just be like, oh my god.
Saj actually has not an awful matchup against Lyonar. That's actually one of the decks that she actually doesn't really have
like the new tools that Lyonar have. She will have an issue.
I'm not denying that. I'm just saying that she actually has a pretty good matchup against decks that want to play chunky minions because of Falcius Bloodborne spell. And with the repulsor tech, it's pretty good.
Iron Cliff is pretty much the killer for the deck.
Yeah.
Most people aren't running Iron Cliff, though. So when he put it down, I was like, oh, crap. Like...
Yep. Problem is, even my Aegis Barrier can't stop Repulsor Beast. Just gotta tech in my tech in my magnetizes. That's what I got to do.
Didn't you notice I was playing around Magnetize?
I saw it. Yeah, I saw the one.
I wasn't sure what's in your list, so.
I saw that you put something in front of me every time. But
so, what was your favorite card? I would say, I don't want to interrupt because you're the host.
No, go ahead.
I wanted to go over your favorite card and then what you think's the best card in the set. I think those would be two good things.
That's a great thing to do. My favorite card. Oh boy. Yeah, I hadn't really put much thought into this. My favorite card is I think I really like this Valknir Seal. I think it's obnoxious as all hell. I kind of want to see it, Vath's long lost brother smacking down people. Otherwise, I might go with Noshrak as my favorite card. So one of those two.
What about you?
My favorite card, if we can scroll up, would be Scintilla. That's my favorite card because that's an actual competition for Silverguard Knight, which I would have never thought that would actually exist. I thought Silverguard Knight was just always going to be, but now like this card is insane.
Why not both?
I like it. I don't think it's like overpowered. I just think it's just a really well designed card.
Yeah.
And I love seeing cards like that. But best card I would say Trinity Oath. So I think
best. We're doing best card too.
Well, I mean, might as well do both.
Oh, okay.
Bang both at the same time.
Okay.
Sorry, you didn't do best.
No, I was just going over my favorite cards.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
Best card, I honestly think Meltdown, for sure.
Meltdown is really crazy.
All right, Hsuku, your favorite and best card.
My favorite card is the card that I decided I was going to focus on. It's the Vanar. I'm sorry, I don't know the new names.
Concealing Shroud.
Concealing Shroud.
Okay.
I think it's going to be my favorite card. It's obnoxious. It is hilarious fun, and I plan on doing that all match if I can.
Please don't queue into me, and we play at the same time too. Don't queue into me.
Yeah, I got the evening shift. I'm done.
I have 3 shrouds. That's all I can do.
I tell you what I'm gonna do. Tomorrow I'm gonna just sit back here. I'm gonna buy some beer and I'm gonna morning drink just watching this Concealing Shroud nonsense. So I'm gonna join in and just sit here and just go. This is gonna be good. So.
And then what I think is actually the strongest card of the set.
You think it's the strongest card too?
No. I think that's the most fun. I actually think Concealing Shroud can be played around. We can obviously there are ways to get through it, and it doesn't do very much on its own. You have to have an established board if you want to actually continue to go face. There are requirements for Concealing Shroud to actually perform well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the best card for me though is Prism Shroud or Prism
Barrier.
Prism Barrier.
Is that for the power and gauntlet, or are you just think in general?
I think in general.
I don't know. I could see an argument for that. My thinking is, and I've played a lot of Lyonar, so I'm trying to think of at what point in the curve does this fit. It kind of has that caveat of needing a minion to stick, or you pre-buff. So you either
you're a fan of you run Regalia though, right?
Yeah.
I think it would be one of those cases where you'd probably not be running Regalia.
Oh yeah, I mean I haven't actually run Regalia until like this last week. My list for the last couple months have cut Regalia. I can definitely see that, but lately I've been running it.
Yeah, I agree but the thing is, a lot of the minions are resilient. They have a high amount of health. Like, I'm not just talking about wind blades and stuff like that, but even if you're able to Prism Barrier something you've Aegis shielded, I think it's I don't know, it's just never going to go down. But I am not just talking about Iron Cliffs. I think it's really flexible.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You can use Prism Barrier as a removal tool to maintain your board and play something else on the same turn. It's like a tempo play, sort of like Boundless Courage, except it does it every turn, pretty much, and that's a big deal. If you're doing it on Wind Blades, if you're running, I don't know. I just think Temple Lyonar is really strong, personally.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the stronger decks.
And I feel like Prism Barrier is going to just push it a little. Prism Barrier plus Draining Wave is going to push it over.
I'm scared of seeing a Silver Guard Knight with Barrier and after Blaze on him. Like, no Argian, go
Yeah. Well, I didn't kill the Silver Guard. Now I'm dead.
It's like, I don't know, maybe Divine Bond can be... Because Divine Bond, it's like a combo piece, but like you can even just use this on a Tiger.
You know what this is really good on, actually? Deoltas.
Ew.
That card is already disgustingly ignored, right? You're like, I don't want it to die this turn. I'll just take the 5 and try to go face or something. Now this thing, rather than dying in the trade, it just like now it has this looming effect to it. I could think this is a 5/3 with Force Field. It's almost as good as that the 4/3 neutral, right? The Sunsteel.
What about whatchamacallit? Purgatos. No, okay, that's just
Purgatos. Is Purgatos when he takes damage or when he deals damage?
When he deals. That's why you can use a Dire Tide Frenzy on it.
Let me grab him real quick. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. He has like the longest description in the game.
Probably. He's really cool looking. I just wish he was a 3/5 or something.
Oh yeah, back in last year, December. Literally, we're back 1 year ago. I took a deck to a tournament. It was my old Vindicator Dire Tide Frenzy Purgatos deck. I actually played against Riverwrath with that deck and beat him with it. But the whole point of the deck was to get to like the 6-card combo to flash out Vindicator, flash Purgatos, Dire Tide Frenzy the floor. So
I just love the Songweaver thing. I was a big fan. Songweaver Dire Tide.
Oh man. Old Songweaver. Gross.
Yep. So why I really love Iceblade now. I am a big fan. So Lyonar is probably top for me. And that card, that Prism thing is nuts. I just feel it's just most applicable across the board. Whereas I'm looking at other cards and they kind of require setup. Scintilla's pretty strong. I will say it's pretty strong. I think Trinity Oath is not going to be used in every deck. I don't.
Not every deck, no, for sure.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people are thinking aggro with it. I'm thinking mid-range. A mid-range list is going to be better suited for Trinity Oath than an aggro list.
I could see arguments for both sides of this. This is, I mean, like, the beautiful part of this set is that Prism Barrier is actually really good for both generals. Like, yeah. They both run Windblade Adept, so this is already amazing value for them. The Silver Guards, as long as you're not, putting it on something that is probably likely to get removed by natural selection rather than, brute force.
I feel like Magmar is always the rough matchup.
Magmar makes me cry sometimes. I tell you, we need like a support group. Magmar ate my baby or something like that.
Magmar Plasma Storm my baby.
All right, so when is this supposed to be released now?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen any official message on the Duelyst.
I think something in like 40 minutes or so.
Oh, sweet. Oops.
Because the actual card release, it was speculated. Thanatos said that he wasn't sure, but they said 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that's soon. So it was. So I'm guessing we'll probably see that matchmaking message in the center of the screen very soon. It's like, oh, it's happening. And then what I would recommend for everyone watching stream is that immediately buy the set, because I think last time there was problems, right? We had problems. What was it, opening packs or something? So
yeah, I sat here and opened 10 orbs in an hour on stream.
Dude, I watched it and I literally pissed my pants because you were playing the
you were playing the Super Saiyan power up music.
I was crying and laughing, man. It was awesome.
I was trying to roleplay as like Goku opening an orb.
Dude, it would shake for like 5 minutes.
Oh man, those were good times.
I am super jealous. You guys are gonna be able to play with these guys right away.
You get your own You're on time with it. Everyone gets a turn, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I still want to play. I just won't be able to.
Oh, you got to work or something, or?
I got some stuff to do. Unfortunately, I'll probably be able to buy the packs, but I won't be able to do much more than that.
Well.
Oh well.
Maybe the servers will all just go down, and we'll be, you'll make out better than us, anyways.
No, I wish you guys the best. Seriously. Find out what works, what doesn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna come out with my my expose for the meta by, let's see, 2 hours after this comes out. So.
Really, it only takes you 2 hours.
Yep, wow. That's it. Yep, I'm gonna make every deck that there is to make, and Duelyst will be solved. You guys can thank me later.
Solved in 2 hours. All right. So you're taking care of what 2 factions? You said you were taking care of the Songhai and what was the other one that you wanted to do?
Oh, I don't think I'm actually gonna play any Vetruvian today. That doesn't sound.
Okay.
Don't worry. I'll
I think Fate
give
has
it a wing.
Yeah.
I'll give it a wing. The only thing that I actually foresee is something like towards Saj. Seeing the artifact. Seeing the artifact.
We just got some hot. Hold on. I'm gonna interrupt you because we just got some hot information in the chat. Autark's gift doesn't give doubles.
Oh, it doesn't?
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't get double Ankh, double spine cleaver. So like that's awesome already. So there's only. But. I mean, it's almost
a better chance. I mean, it's still possible that you get like Yakir's and.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, but if you like, you can't play knowing what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
You don't know if you're gonna get a win in Ankh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would say that if you want to play that card, like you just if you play like the deck, you just play Ankhs and you play this. You don't even play any of the other artifacts because this will probably RNG. Now,
you're gonna have to show me, Fate.
The other question is. If you have an Ankh equipped, does it give you another Ankh? Because
no.
I would guess it would, because they said no duplicates from the spell actually.
I'm assuming that is still a possibility.
Yeah.
Because that's not too outside of the that's. It'd be a little weird if you have a Ankh equipped, you're guaranteed to not get Ankh. That.
Oh well, that would actually make it a lot better, wouldn't it?
Ankhs would make me sad.
There's a little power level. The one-turn kill artifact deck was a deck that was perfected to an extent back by Macer, and I played a lot of it myself trying to learn it back in January after the first Third Wish nerf, and the deck still had old Second Wish, so it was almost perfect because you would get your whole combo in your hand, and you would always be able to kill control Magmars and stuff like that. Because they have that massive health pool, they'd remove your minions. Well, sooner or later, you just one turn kill them for 18 damage, right? So that is the goal of that type of deck. That's what it's designed to beat. But I'm not sold that a card that costs this much mana and gives you random artifacts is going to have a part in that. I would say more of a mid-rangey control control Saj would be benefit from this.
It's more of that I'm using adjudicators to lower the costs. That's kind of like, because your tiers become 0, Divine Spark would be 2, so on and so forth. But, I mean, so what's, like, the worst that you can pull from it is an Ankh and a Staff, right? And the best you can pull is an, probably Staff and Hexblade. Mm-hmm. Or Hexblade and Spine Cleaver in terms of mana cost. So
Yeah.
So, at worst, it's a -1 in mana. At best, it's a +5.
Yeah. So I agree. I agree with that. That the worst and best kind of complement the mana cost. But
what are you trying to do at that point? Like at that stage of the game that you're paying 6 mana and not doing anything on the board.
Run away and make them weep.
To a gamble.
I mean, you have the additional space movement too, so that kind of like removes from playing. I mean, you can still play chasers too. Like, I see it in my head. Like, what needs to be done? It's just. Like, I need to put it into context. I think I'm going to get rolled by everyone.
I'm sure you will too. I've gotten rolled a lot trying this deck type.
But it's if you get it right, people will hate you. So
yeah.
That's what we'll go for that.
Yeah.
So we'll collab on that one, Grin.
That sounds fun.
I view as it is definitely viable now because I always felt that the problem with the deck was that you had to spend a turn equipping your shit and then going off, where this is just it immediately equips it. So if you have tiers already, especially again Adjudicator making it 0 cost, you can just be, hey, surprise motherfucker, and then just go nuts.
Well, on the note of tiers, I do want to take a moment of silence, or as chat might get some Bible thumps out, for our fallen friend who is now no longer relevant in Duelyst once again. Osirix. We salute you, dear buddy.
Osirix is really strong in Gauntlet.
He is.
Yep.
In Constructed, though, he just got
no.
he just got deleted.
Rest in peace. Power creeped to oblivion. Just like Dark Transformation. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye.
Goodbye, my dear friend.
Never mind. I'll still use him first with N7 for the lulz.
you put him in the same deck as this crap too. Just like...
Well, I mean, people
might as well go all out, man.
Yeah, if you go retard, go full retard. Like, just do it.
You better have corpse combustion there somewhere too. I don't even know.
I mean the one I put a video on YouTube. I summoned Osirix 6 times in a match with corpse combustion, and they like went on opposite sides of the board too.
And did they still win?
What? No. It was funny too because it was like I don't know how I queued into this person, but he was playing the only other like Un7 deck on the ladder. It was a Lilith Dying Wish deck. So like he summoned an Un7 and I summoned mine. I was just like, what the hell is happening here? So it was a really fun match.
As a new player, do I focus on the core set? That's a good question. I'd say core set is far more important than this expansion will be. However, there is the guaranteed value of purchasing these orbs if you do have the gold for them, because you will get 3 copies of them. The downside is that this will not supplement the rest of your collection in the way that a normal orb might if you were to pull extras. So, because you cannot disenchant these cards. So, what I used to tell my viewers when Shimzar came out was I would buy 3 core and 1 Shimzar. I think if you were trying to acquire both at the same time, I think that was the best way to go about it. I'm sure some sort of similar formula could net you something along the same lines, but you probably need to do some gauntlet grinding to really get this collection if you're gonna do it all free to play.
I think I actually recommend people ignore Shimzar.
Ignore Shimzar?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Now I definitely ignore Shimzar now.
Yeah, just craft what you want, and if you do want to spend money, I would say, if you got the $20, I would put it down.
20. This is a good deal for $20.
Oh, 20. Yeah, this is the best deal at any card game I've ever seen.
39 cards, $20. Can't beat that.
Yeah, 3 copies each.
Yeah, it's not 39 cards times 3.
Like,
oh,
what is math? That's what 117.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a lot of cards.
It's a lot of cards. It's pretty good value. Like I said though, the only downside is as a newer player with a smaller collection, unless you just want to fork out the money for this, buying these with gold is gonna probably not be as productive as acquiring more course orbs until you really know what you want from this set. Getting more experience and having targets in this set is probably better than just wildly throwing your gold at it and hoping that you'll get something. Because let's face it, this didn't introduce a lot of fundamental cards. It introduced a lot of cards that were supplemental to different archetypes or created new archetypes. And a lot of cards, like especially for Vetruvian, like Amara Healer, are still core. So
I don't know. Noshrak is kind of looking to replace her.
What?
I disagree.
What?
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, you're playing an expensive card. Like, what do you take out of the deck in order to put him in?
Yeah, but
is kind of the problem.
He doesn't stave off the lethals.
Yeah, I know. It's that's the problem. When I saw him, I was just like, how do I put him in the deck? I already have problems getting to late game. Like, how does this work? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna run away from them now because my general can move 2 spaces. So get the hell out of Dodge.
You just play Incineroar in one corner, and you're packing 3 silhouette tracers. Just hop around the board the whole game.
Dude, Songhai thought they could do it. Now that the Imperium can.
It's true.
Zuch's challenge.
Yeah,
what did he say?
That's actually for racing. That's pretty nuts.
What did he say? What did Zuch say?
Oh no!
Oh! You're talking about
racing format.
his amazing race. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was so hungover that day. I had to show up and I had to throw together a deck in 5 seconds and play scientist in the amazing race or whatever it was, or the meme thing. And I just that was.
Oh, that was the first one, right?
Yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah, that's the one I was in. I didn't know there was another one that he did. I think after that. Did he?
Yeah, he did. He just did a purely amazing race later on, like last month.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I didn't even get a chance to look.
It was like right before Thanksgiving or something like that.
Yeah, he put it on YouTube if you did want to watch it. It looked like a lot of fun. I'm so excited. 30 minutes, possibly. I don't know. I'm gonna order pizza, I think, so I can.
Oh, that sounds delicious. I have a free pizza too, and even though I've already had pizza this week, I'm thinking this is a camp night.
Yeah, this is
a camp. This is like I'm gonna pitch it. Just get my blanket, chill in this lounge boy.
You guys gonna be streaming all night then?
Yeah, I'll be on.
Yeah, likewise. I'll be playing on the ladder. I don't. I'm scared. But
I'll have to keep both of you on then.
All right.
For now, though, I do have to get going.
Oh, that's good, man. Well, thanks for coming on. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
You be well.
Guys.
Take
Cheers.
care.
Take care. You jetting